We needed to show you exactly what we were talking about. Guys that are aging in the NBA, and some of them losing their time.
Because I'm undefeated, they call me Father Time.
Apparently, you're the oldest guy here, and you keep on getting a lot of time. Let's begin with a homecoming in Milwaukee. We thought Caron Butler going back there would be good. He suffered through some injuries, but he has been a roller coaster. And now he's on the bench, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm glad you said that.
he is really taking over, starting the last 6 games in Milwaukee, and as a starter, he's averaging more than 10 points as opposed to when he came off the bench when he was just giving you 6 points a game.
Well, Larry Drew has said, I'm going with the youth movement. Caron Butler, we respect you. We know you have a ring from being with the Mavericks, but I got to go with the young fella, the long arms. They said he's still growing, so I'm kind of saying, wow, next year he might be 7'1".
And he's only owned in 1% of Yahoo leagues right now, so certainly he's available in your league. Do you think he's a good play now to go pick up? You do a little bit of everything.
Well, I think he's a guy you can scoop up and have on your bench. Right. I don't think you start him right away because still a lot of edge and flow to what Milwaukee's going through right now.
All right, in Brooklyn, you know about the drama there, and as we've talked about at length, Kevin Garnett is having the worst year of his career at 37 years old. Jason Kidd has done a lot of different things with his rotation. One guy that you may see a lot more of is Mirza Teletovic. Teletovic has started 4 of the last 5 games, and as a starter is averaging more than 14 points a game.
I like Teletovic, but also keep Plumlee in mind, too. When you talk about Kevin Garnett at the center position, he's going to get some more minutes. I just love his his boing for a big fella. But both of those guys will play more because me as Father Time is sitting some of these old fellas down.
Kevin Garnett has scored 2 points or less in 13 career games. 3 of them have come this year. Are we done with Kevin Garnett as a fantasy player?
Yes. The big ticket is no longer the big ticket. He is just the ticket, meaning that he still can play. He's still going to help the Brooklyn Nets win games. But from a fantasy standpoint, when he used to be a stat stuffer, block shots to steals, me as Father Time says, no, KG, you must come have a seat.
Teletovic has really stepped up his game, too, from the outside.
Shoot it.
That's what he does. He's about 6'8", can play the 3, the 4. Occasionally, if they go really small, we'll see him at the 5. But the Nets, their rotations are a mess right now. You never know what to play. In Memphis, this might be one of the great stories that you don't know about in the NBA. James Johnson took over for Tayshaun Prince when he missed a couple of games with knee soreness. Now, Prince is back in the starting lineup, but James Johnson off the bench continues to give Dave Joerger a boost.
It's the energy. I give Johnson a lot of credit. First-round draft pick, didn't quite figure it out, kind of out the league, D-League, overseas, and now he's back in and bringing that energy that Memphis needs desperately. We know they struggle to score at times, and the way this man has come in and given the energy, the rebounds, the block shots, getting to the free throw line, very impressed with how James Johnson has kept his mind right to be ready to play for the Grizzlies.
Johnson is available in 90% of Yahoo leagues right now, and I want to give you the stat line from his latest game on Saturday. Johnson, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and hit a 3.
How many minutes?
He got a good amount of minutes, over 10 minutes. I'm not obviously over 10. I don't have the exact number of minutes, but he's a guy who's coming off the bench, and if Tayshaun Prince, he had a decent game Saturday, but if he doesn't continue to perform, you're going to see more of Johnson.
The key to this situation is the reality versus the fantasy. We know Tayshaun Prince is solid in reality, but they need that energy from Johnson, so keep an eye on him.
Another guy that I really want you to keep an eye on over the next couple of weeks is Jordan Hamilton. He's replaced Randy Foye in the starting lineup. They brought Foye in to be their perimeter shooter last year for Utah, 41% from downtown. Foye out of the starting lineup after 3 consecutive games without making a shot. Not a three-point shot, without making a shot.
Unbelievable, because that was the reason they brought him in. But once again, Jordan Hamilton, be ready, stay ready. It's one of these situations where sometimes you're on the bench waiting for your name to be called. Then you hear your name, you get excited. Jordan Hamilton's heard his name, and he's taking full advantage of it.
Jordan Hamilton averaging a career high in points and has scored 12 in each of the last 2 games. Are you done being old, or are you back to being young?
Let's see if we can find 3D in the next segment for the Moneyball man.